Yeah, we are finally live with the first DreamHack qualifier of winter. It took a long time to get going. There were some issues with the brackets. There was some confusion with whether it should be single limb or double limb, seeding, no seeding. But you know what? We finally got underway. We're here. It's all good.
We are here. Am I any better at all?
Try again. Keep saying oh.
Is it better at all now that we're in here?
Yes, it's better.
It's better. Back. Okay.
Oh.
I
Hold on.
to change my end now.
Yeah. Hold on. You're robot again. I'm just gonna quickly try something. Hello.
Alright. Any better? No.
I switched the Discord server to US East, but I think you're still robotic.
Okay, well, if you want to cast this one, I can fix my internet for the next game.
Okay, cool. Sounds good. Well, spawning into the bottom left-hand corner of one of our new maps this season, we have spawning in Jaganatha. It is the Vietnamese Zerg player representing GDA team, Uply. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have the other Zerg player, the Australian Zerg player. He is Vivid. All right, so I mean, honestly, I love this map out of the new map pool. We can talk about it later. It has nothing to do with the lily pads. Even though it's very Duckling branded, a lot of it has to do with these speed zones. They're great. I mean, I say they're great. We have to wait for them to be used in some way, shape, or form. But I have high hopes. I have high hopes for these, as opposed to Death Aura, and we'll see how this goes. Like, again, this is the very first qualifier for DreamHack. It's exciting, and yeah, these guys, they're here, and this is their last chance. I say their last chance, like, this is the last DreamHack of the year of 2020. Winter. We've already reached the end. Jesus Christ! Like, it feels like we just started not too long ago. Yeah, it's a bit sad, but at the same time, like, you know, these guys, they have to give it their all here in DreamHack Winter. You know, this is their last chance to make something of themselves when it comes to StarCraft, and I have high hopes for some of these players. Uply, he did extremely well last season. He almost qualified, and he actually took out a lot of good players in the qualifiers as well. Uply, he's kind of known as currently the third best in Vietnam. He's a little bit overshadowed by Mia Micah and Justice Simon, but again, like, despite that, he's still an incredibly good player, and he's still good compared to everyone else in the region, everyone else in Southeast Asia and Oceania. And yeah, like, he can definitely take it to players like Azure, like Psycho, and even take games off of Pez as well on a good day. It's going to be really interesting, especially because we have a couple of returning players. It took the entire year. We still don't have Crimson, unfortunately, but someone who we're going to be seeing later on today, who I have never been able to cast before, is Frustration. Frustration is back after like 2 or 3 years on hiatus. He's kind of a controversial figure. I know back in the day he's had his online spats and drama with some of these other players, but he's back. It's been a couple of years, and it's, yeah, I don't know what to expect. I know he's GM again. I don't know how he compares to everyone else. I know back in the day he used to be maybe like arguably one of the best Protosses in the region. Obviously, you know, not as good as Pro, but still like up there. I remember he made it all the way to WCS Challenger back in the day with Igus and Pez as well. Yeah, it's gonna be really exciting to see how he does. I'm sure there's a little bit of pressure on him, you know, like, to perform well, but I mean, regardless, like, it's gonna be exciting. It's definitely gonna be exciting. As opposed to this game, which has been pretty passive. I'm sure Yoda's okay with sitting this one out for now. Nothing has really happened so far. Both players have just kind of gotten their third bases up and running. They're both working on their upgrades. We do see Uply is going for his lair. Meanwhile, Vivid already finished his lair. So yeah, we're just kind of chilling at the moment. Even though we do have a decent amount of links here for Vivid, looks like he's trying to get some damage done. There are defensive banelings for Uply, so not too much damage should be done. Oh, he could get a queen. Oh, okay, decent connection, and he gets the queen in the end. So Vivid, he's finding damage. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, we had those two banelings rush on in and try to deal some damage as well. But Vivid, he was on top of it. He actually didn't take many drone damage and many drone losses at all, and he could get another queen. Oh god, it's gonna get so low. Transfuse. Doesn't even need a transfuse, mate. He's on top of it. Uply is on top of it. So, I mean, he did lose a handful of workers, which is not ideal. We do see Uply lost 6 drones, as opposed to Vivid only losing 1. But Uply, he isn't too far behind, and he has a massive wave of links. He's going to be looking to try and get some damage as long as he avoids the banelings. Oh my god, please. There's 2 banelings on the way, and they get in! Oh god. Uply, please. But both banelings do go down, but now the roaches are out for Vivid. He did get a much earlier roach warren and an earlier lair, so he should be able to clean up. I say that, but despite that, the lings are getting some decent damage. 11 drones go down. Wow, they're actually gonna get more. Oh my god. Vivid, please. Like, he's sending his roaches across the map. He's like, you know what? I'm gonna take these losses. It's fine. I'm gonna take them on the chin. I'm just pushing across the map with my roaches, with my advantage. And so far, Uply, he has roaches on the way. They're not done quite yet. He's actually pulling a bit of a Jim Rising, going for a Spire. Hopefully he doesn't get caught out. Like, it can be really difficult to transition into Spire, especially if your opponent is rushing at you with roaches, because you're just gonna have less roaches. So this is going to be a bit of a difficult hold. The spine is on the way. It's not done yet for Uply. Oh my god, more lings are rushing across the map for Vivid as well. He's just going for essentially an all-in. Like, he lost a bunch of workers. He has not droned up at all since then. So he's going to be getting a surround. He's got roaches on the spine as well. And, oh, there are actually more spines here in the natural for Uply. So he's trying to hold on as best he can for those, for the mutas. Never mind though. He actually doesn't have any mutas in production. So right now he's trying to hold on. There we go. 2 mutas on the way. As long as Uply doesn't take too much damage, like, he's gonna be perfectly fine. Like, he's gonna be able to counterattack with mutas. Like, Vivid, he's kind of all in. Like, he has to end it here and now. He has to deal like crippling damage, and finally he kills the spine. He's gonna get on top of the queen. Maybe he can take out the third base. Like, if he does, he's gonna be like in such a better position as he's equalizing the drone count. Meanwhile, it looks like Uply, he's made just enough Roach Ravager to hold on. He's gonna clean everything up. He's not gonna die, and now he has mutas. So his mutas do get revealed. Vivid, he's finally aware of them. We still don't see any static defense. He should be throwing some down pretty soon, as the muta count is getting higher and higher for Uply, and this is scary. Like, again, he was very, very vulnerable. He could have died then and there, but because he was able to hold on with all his spines, Vivid was a little bit indecisive as well. He was like going between the natural, between the third base. He couldn't quite decide what he wanted. Because of that, the third survived for Uply, and now we have all these mutas out on the map. All these overlords are vulnerable. They're going to be going down. 3, 4, maybe even 5 overlords. Meanwhile, Vivid, he's forced back. He's going to have to drone up. He's getting spores, so he's looking to be defensive. And I say defensive, we'll see what his answer is going to be, because we see a couple of players go for Hydras. We see some players throw down their own Spire to go Corruptors, but no, Vivid is having none of that. He's throwing down a Nidus network. He's going to be going with all these queens, with the roaches, maybe even a couple of drones. He's just going to go across the map and just incredibly aggressive. I love this from Vivid. Again, if you're not familiar with him, he streams a lot. He's a very active streamer. We host him a lot. He's got a duck hoodie. He's great. He's also a fan of the channel. And I know he's been kind of down on himself recently. Like, he hasn't been practicing as much, you know. He feels like maybe he's plateaued a little bit, but at least so far in game 1 versus Uply, like, he's looking pretty good. Even though maybe I do feel like he had opportunities to maybe deal more damage. But even here with this Nidus, like, and +2 that's about to finish. Like the queens and the roaches are going to hit so much harder. I'm just going to quickly check the vision. So actually Vivid, he's sending out a couple of lings. So we're going to have links to the north and the south, and we'll see where the Nidus gets thrown down. And the mutas are going to be completely out of position. They're going to be across the map, basically, you know, confirming this all in because so many drones are going to be going down. And there we go. The Nidus gets thrown down for Vivid. He needs to go across the map and deal some damage. He needs to end the game with what he has. And there we go. The queens are going in, the roaches are going in. Meanwhile, Uply, he's sending all of his mutas back home, and he's on top of the Nidus. He's gonna kill it. Where's the transfuse? There's no transfuse. Oh god. Oh, barely any roaches come out. All the queens are gonna go down, and oh my god, Uply just crushes that army of Vivid. Like the majority of the roaches didn't even get to escape. Like they didn't even get to go out of the Nidus. That was half the army supply of Vivid that was actually fighting. Despite that, Vivid, he does sneak into the third base. He's getting more worker kills. Uply isn't that far ahead in the worker count. He's only got 2 workers as an advantage, but he has the army, and Vivid lost so many queens. Like Uply, he's just pushing across the map. He's got his roaches, got his ravagers, more importantly, he's got his mutas, and nothing can really shoot up, especially after all those queens went down. And I mean, Vivid, he may have like a higher roach count, but at the end of the day, you know, the mutas, they're just gonna chip away at everything that's here. And there's nothing really to stop them. Like Vivid, he's throwing down a Hydra Den. It's still on the way though. It's gonna take some time. In saying that though, Vivid, he's looking to try and buy some time. Like he's just sending his roaches across the map. Or I feel like he should. I feel like he needs to do something to distract these mutas and everything else. But there we go. The Hydras are on the way, and again, like they've both kind of stayed on low econ, even though Uply for the most part has kept Vivid at home and has kind of had map control for the majority of the game. He hasn't expanded. He hasn't really taken advantage of the control that he's had, and only just now the 4th is going down. So Vivid, like his economy in comparison to Uply, even though Vivid has been stuck on 3 bases, his opponent has stayed on 3 bases. So like, it's still kind of even. It's still kind of okay. Despite that, like I like the Niduses, I like what Vivid's trying to do, but because of the muta count, it's so difficult to pull anything off. The roaches are going to go down, not before sniping some drones though. So I love this. He's keeping the drone count pretty low for Uply. I say low, he's keeping it pretty even. Both players are pretty even on that worker count. Uply is ahead, but not by that much, and he's got his 4th on the way, but it's still on the way. So it's still well within reach for Vivid to win this game, especially with his Hydras. He's actually going for lurkers as well. Something that is missing is the hive, you know, to get Vipers for those parasitic bombs or for the blinding clouds, like any kind of energy-based ability. And oh my god, the mutas, they get on top of the Hydras, and Vivid, he needed some more time. Like he needed a little bit more time to get that Hydra count up to a decent count to go toe-to-toe with the mutas, and just like this, all the Hydras are going to go down, but not before clearing out the mutas as well. That was oh my god. I feel like Uply, he saw an opportunity. He's like, oh, all the Hydras, they're vulnerable, but because of +2, like the Hydras actually cleaned up all the mutas. So Vivid, he took that fight fairly well, and now with the upgrade advantage, bearing in mind Vivid does have +2 and Uply only has +1, like he's winning the ground battle as well. Like he's trading so much better. Like Uply, he's had like the tech advantage for a long time, but that's slowly slipped away, and now with Roach Hydra, Vivid, he's actually fighting back and winning the engagement. The one thing is though, that Uply, he does have that 4th base up and running. I would love it if Vivid actually used this Nidus network and harassed and tried to deal some damage at the same time, kill some workers, snipe the base, something, because Uply doesn't have that much army here. He has a couple of Ravagers. The rest is still in production, so there was definitely an opportunity, but Vivid, he opted not to take it. He's, you know, staying back, he's working on his lurkers, he's droning up, so things once again are kind of slowing down. Even though Vivid, he has the opportunity to counterattack whenever he wants to with that Nidus. At the same time, Uply, finally, he's actually killing a couple of drones. He's harassing with his own roaches, and 6 drones go down. So Vivid, oh god, he's actually starting to hurt a lot in terms of the worker count. Like he's down to 47, less than 50. Meanwhile, Uply is skyrocketing ahead with his drone count. So the longer this game goes on, the harder it's going to be for Vivid. In saying that though, as long as he can clean up these run buys, like these borrow buys even, he should be fine. He does have a couple of lurkers. With lurkers, he should be able to hold on, especially because there's no detection here, but oh god, they could be bowed by the Ravagers. Oh, he's actually not aiming for that. Instead, he focuses down the 4th base. The 4th hatchery goes down. Meanwhile, Vivid is kind of getting pulled apart. Like, again, there are still roaches burrowed in his natural as well. The main army is pushing forward, and he has lurkers, but they're not here. They're at the 4th base. They're just not taking part of the fight at all. Even though I feel like Vivid's army is maybe even stronger if he has everything together. Like, Uply's just not letting him. Like, he just keeps harassing. There are more roaches in the natural, more drones are going down. Vivid, he's down to 30 workers, even less as more are going down. And here we go, Vivid, he feels the pressure. He's like, I have to do something, I have to attack. And Uply has bought so much time. As long as he has detection, as long as he keeps his detection alive, he should be fine. Like, sure, there are 2 lurkers, and that's scary. There's actually a lot more lurkers on the way, but as long as he can see them, as long as he can bow them down, Uply should be perfectly fine. They are getting in a pretty decent position though, but Uply is looking to try and surround and get around to those lurkers, and there just isn't enough supply here for Vivid to protect them. Like, the army is getting on top of the lurkers, all the hydras, the roaches, everything is going down. Uply, he has finally done it. It's been so back and forth. It's been so, like, up in the air. Like, he lost all his mutas earlier. Again, like, he was trying to hold on, and he was struggling versus the Niduses, but Uply has finally done it. Like, we can see the disparity in the supply. And GG gets called. Uply takes game 1. Oh god. And now that we're out of game 1, Yoda, are you okay?
Do I sound okay yet?
You sound beautiful.
I sound good? Okay, cool. That's great. Sorry to leave you hanging game 1, but you did great.
God, I need some water after that.
I know, and this is just day 1 of the many weeks it feels like to come of DreamHack and other events centered around it. We've just about started the marathon here.
Oh boy.
The StarCraft marathon. I haven't seen a ZvZ go that late game in a while.
Yeah, it was weird because it was a long game, but like they were both like, you know, at like the mid game, like tech wise, you know.
Yeah, yeah. It was weird. That was a weird ZvZ. It was fun to watch though, but very weird. Not too bad though. Not too bad. And now we get into game 2, best of 3. Seems pretty plain and dry. I don't know who's gonna win. Both those players are pretty close.
Oh yeah, definitely. I was honestly pleasantly surprised by how, because I would rate Uply a little bit higher than Vivid, but Vivid, like, he turned it on, man.
Yeah, that was not a walkover by any means at all. It was pretty good. So I'm excited now. I get to finally be in one game with you. Oh, all right. Here we go. In the bottom right-hand corner on Light Shade LE. Did they name this after you, Light? It is the player from Vietnam playing for Team GDA. It is Uply.
And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Lightshade LE, we have the Australian Zerg player representing OCE Elite. It is Vivid.
All right. So there's no proxy hatches yet. So far, pretty chill.
Can sense the disappointment. Like, oh man.
This ain't no Latin American tournament. This is a little picture there for Vivid. Is that like a CSGO thing or something?
Oh, that is the logo for OCE Elite.
Oh, really? That's kind of cool. There's nothing to do with StarCraft though, but it's cool.
Yeah, nothing at all. Oh god. But have you been
Counter-Strike type thing?
Yeah, like we haven't been able to, you know, it's been a week since we've casted together. Like what's been happening here though?
The new maps have been happening, and I don't like them.
How do you feel about Lightshade? Is it okay? Is it
It's chill, but I like to rush, so it's not a good map for rushing.
Of course you do.
Such a long. When you go 12 pool, the links take forever to get across the map.
You're like, look, any map that's not like submarine length with the 12 pool, like, man.
Yeah, anything that's longer than short is too long for me. But no, this map is pretty cool. It seems like the basic one. This one and the last one we played or watched was those seem to be the favorites here. I'm not gonna say the name, but mostly because I don't know how to pronounce it. But yeah, that map.
I don't think anyone knows. I feel like the map maker doesn't know how to pronounce it either.
Yeah, even the map maker doesn't know what the heck's going on there. But so far, builds are pretty similar, other than Vivid going, or I'm sorry, Uply going for 6 lings right now.
Yeah, Vivid
he already has a good amount on the map.
Yeah. Just getting an extra wave, and we'll see how aggressive he's going to be with them. Nothing, as you said, nothing too crazy right now. Uply, he's getting the faster third, and he's getting a Baneling Nest as well.
Usually the Baneling Nest gets to defend their third better, or cancel the third better, so we'll see if that comes into play later. But have you seen a lot of both of these players? Given this is your region, this is where you're usually at.
Yeah, like Vivid, he's pretty active in the like online tournament scene. Uply a little bit less, but again, I feel like Uply, it's kind of sad because he's just overshadowed so much by Miyamika. Like, when you think of Vietnam, like everyone looks at like Miyamika and how insane he is and how he doesn't make any sense and like how good he is.
That's great.
I don't know if you saw his tweet recently, but he actually made it to rank 1 on NA.
Oh yeah, I did see that. That's hilarious. What a troll.
God. And you know what? Today or yesterday, I should say, Cham brought it back, and now he's the one. So they're both alternating.
Yeah, doesn't mean have terrible pain. So that's good on the thing.
It's fine. Meanwhile, oh my God, he actually busted through.
Yeah, instantly destroyed that building. That was expensive, but worth if you can get the queen and a couple workers here. He's gonna keep flooding and baiting to try and end the game right here, and it actually looks like there's no defense here for the Blue Zerg.
Oh my God, yeah, I mean, there's a nice hold position with the queens, and there are roaches coming out, but it could be a little bit too late because the lings are flooding on in. They kill the queen, they're getting us around on the roaches as well.
Yeah, you never really want to try and counter a ling flood with roaches. That's the hardest thing to pull off most of the time, and as we see here, it might get held, but a lot of losses will be had.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I think Uply should have gone for that third base maybe even.
Oh yeah, it looks like he's just trying to end the game, you know, like deal crippling damage. Yeah. But because Uply, you know, he cut workers, like Vivid, he still has the drone lead.
Yeah, he needs to go for that third base, I think. And yeah, now he's got to do something to come back in this, because that whole push out, and they're just even, except I feel like the roaches are going to fare better for Vivid. He's even going with the Ling counterattack now, or like the Ling flood counter. And he's going to slip in because the roaches are out of position.
Ooh, Vivid, he notices though, and he pulls back just in time. And that's the thing, right? Like Vivid, he skipped Banelings, and that can be risky, and you can be vulnerable to something like the Ling Bane, like all in. But now that he's held, like with the faster roaches, like he's a little bit in a better position.
I feel like Uply needs to go more for the drone kills, maybe. Okay, he's gonna get a couple drones here, or not.
Oh yeah.
Still going for that third. This is like a back and forth here, going pretty strong. I don't know who's quite winning, even though Uply is out of army now.
Yeah, Uply. Oh no, he was trying to sneak some Banelings, but they get caught out as well. Like he's being.
And that was also smart of Vivid to not attack with the lings.
Oh yeah.
Like I'm leaving my roaches here, not risking these lings.
It's such a gamble, right? When you see morphing Banelings and you jump on top of them and you don't know when they started morphing as well, it's like,
yeah, that's always the scariest thing. It's like, do I risk it all? I'm gonna risk it all. I mean, I'm gonna use the lings. But the counterattack looking pretty strong here. I think the third base is pretty darn dead for Uply.
Oh yeah, like the third base is getting completely surrounded. It's going to be going down, and Uply, he just doesn't have enough. Finally, he has a decent roach count. Like it took him a while. His roach run was very delayed, so he's going to be able to hold on, but he lost the third.
And
he gets
pretty much his chances of winning here. Yeah, that surround is actually pretty huge. And Grosabiles, come on. There you go. Grosabiles are A1 when you're surrounded by a bunch of lings and they can't move. You're pretty much just holding him down and punching him in the face there.
Oh yeah,
Gonna try and morph the 2 banelings, but there's not much that can be done here.
Oh, they get wild as well.
Oh, on the banelings, GG. Wow, what a good game.
Oh my god, I love like Vivid's bios were on point that game. That was beautiful.
Yeah, the bios were sick. I was enjoying that pretty very vividly. Seeing the bios drop right on the banelings was great.
Was that intentional?
Yeah, that was.
Oh my god.
I don't think I ever actually used Vivid in a sentence.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not that big brain. I don't say Vivid normally.
See, StarCraft, it's you know, it's expanding our vocabulary, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're even learning Spanish in some of the streams we do. Great. Even learning some English and geography. All things are learned in StarCraft.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And but that means we're tied up now, correct? And we're going into game 3, and it's all new maps actually. Very interesting to see. We don't see this very often on this, at least from the things I have streamed. We're gonna get into Oxide. LE Oxide. I feel like that's the name. Oxide.
Yeah, Oxide. Yeah,
Oxidize.
Exactly. And honestly, I'm happy. You know, Death Aura, get out of here. We don't want to see you anymore. You know, we're done with you. And we've been getting nothing but new maps. It's good.
Yeah. And I'm a fan. I'm a fan of a couple of the new maps. Not all of them. A couple of Terran favored, but it doesn't matter in ZvZ because none of that matters. What matters is this player right here in the bottom left-hand corner of Oxide, LE, playing for GDA team, representing Vietnam. It is Uply.
And spawning in at the top right-hand corner of Oxide LE as we get a bit of a bit donation by Airblade Orange. Thank you. Thank you so much. Again, this is the beginning.
Again, this guy, man. Yeah.
I know, right? Thank you. We have the Australian Zerg player, the Blue Zerg, representing OCE Elites. It is Vivid.
All right, who's your money on here since it's tied up 1-1? Anybody's game.
If it's tied up,
ZvZ.
like, I personally, a lot of us, I'm a big fan of Vivid. Big fan. I know that like he streams at a pretty bad time for you, but he has channel points that you can redeem, and he puts on a duck hoodie, and then he and he plays with the duck hoodie. It's great. It's beautiful.
So that's why you think he's gonna win?
I want him to win.
Because of the hoodie.
Yes.
We all gotta get Dex hoodies now.
It's cool because like it's a hoodie, but it's also got like these long like ears that go down to like your chest, and like you can press them, and they like activate like the hoodie ears of the duck to go like backwards and forwards.
Oh wow. Wait, ducks have ears?
Apparently.
Huh. Like the duck ears on the hoodie?
I think so. I know that he does it with his. Look, he has a lot of different animal hoodies. Okay, he has the rabbit hoodie, which he does that with. I think the duck does the same thing. I'm not too sure.
That'd be cool if the duck's beak moved.
Oh yeah. We need to make that happen.
That would be cool. Yeah, we need to get in the designing industry of duck hoodies.
Look, if there's ever gonna be CranKy Ducklings merch, it's gonna be a duck hoodie, okay?
Oh yeah. I like the duck jerseys though; those are actually pretty cool. I can wear it while I'm duck hunting.
No.
No. I'm just kidding. That would be a little mean to the ducks. Killing them isn't mean. It'd be mean to wear a hoodie with their face on it. That's what I'm doing.
It's like the equivalent of like the caveman hunters who like hunt wolves, but they're also wearing like a wolf like on their head and stuff. It's like it's a bit messed up, you know?
Yeah, a little bit. But passive game so far, both taking their third. They're actually going for the exact same builds here.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they're very much so mirroring each other. Nothing out of the ordinary. No one skipped the baleen nest for a faster roach warren or anything like that. Yeah, just pretty standard so far.
Yep, simple 3 base. Have you laddered all lately?
I have not.
Ooh, yeah, I mean, I haven't laddered too much in a while.
Yeah.
Last time I laddered, I played a lot of Terran. Terran's kind of fun for me.
Mm-hmm. Terran is kind of disgusting on some of these maps.
Oh yeah, it's great. Especially, I like going for BCs because it's so easy. Battle Cruise is the easiest thing ever. You can just defend until you get 2 or 3 out, and then drop. In the new maps with all the dead space, these pop them. And even on this map, it has a good amount of dead space out to the corners.
Oh yeah, definitely. And Vivid is actually dealing a decent amount of damage with these lings. Like,
yeah, slow walking with Queen.
Oh my god.
I was gonna say it's probably gonna get surrounded.
Oh god.
He's gonna get it, but he's gonna lose all his lings in the process. I would say an even trade.
Yeah, gee, like that's a decent trade though, because it was 2 banelings before that and the Queen, right? It's like Jesus Christ. So Vivid, he's been able to deal some decent damage. Meanwhile, Uply is counter-attacking, but Vivid, he's making 20 lings right now to try and hold on to his third. Because if he didn't, he could just lose it.
Yeah, it is possible.
Oh, no!
Oh my god, no! Oh, they both messed up so bad there.
Oh god.
Oh jeez.
It's like it's like you embrace like C4 or a nuke and you just let it go. It's like, okay, yeah. Nothing happens.
It's like the burrowed banelings and a bunch of Marines just walked over him.
Jesus Christ. It's always the thing, right? Like at higher levels, like you typically want to like move command, right? So your banelings don't get like whiffed, but at the same time, you need to be on point with your manual detonations, you know?
Yeah, it's always a hard call to make. What do you ever go with there? Yeah, I feel like you should hide that Queen at the third, like bring it back to the natural or something. Trade out the Queens, switch routes, because that one's about to die very soon.
Oh yeah, like. Part of me would even throw down some stack defense or something just in case, but you know what? He's feeling confident enough, he's pushing out, and oh, this time Vivid is the one going for Aspire.
Interesting. Yeah, if Uply for Scout, he probably knows there's no upgrades coming, he rotated away for Vivid, but no upgrades.
Yeah, so Uply, he's gonna have the much stronger roaches if Vivid even goes for them, and this is kind of scary. Like, what does Vivid really have to stop this?
I mean, he abandoned ship pretty well, and he even got very good in connect, like those things. So he should be able to hold it, but he's a waste spot trying to get rid of these roaches.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like he's gonna be able to clean this up, but he lost 6 drones. But you know, he was like, this is what he really wanted, right? Like he didn't have a lot on the ground because he's going straight into mutas.
He got the mutas for the base skills. That's good, but a Nidus is on the way for Uply, and there's an Overlord heading into the main. There's one in between the natural and third, and he's gonna be able to get Nidus up somewhere. Probably with that Overseer.
Ooh, yeah, I mean, there's a bit of like dead space here outside the main base, so a Nidus can very easily be thrown down. But there's like a pretty decent muta count. Like maybe Vivid, maybe we could end up like this weird base trade scenario. I say that, but there's already spores defensively, so
there's only one here though. I don't know if that's too scary, and the positioning isn't very good. And here goes the Nidus, a multi-prong harass. The Nidus goes up in the main, a couple roaches at the third, trying to get to the back. There's not that many workers, so he's not going to find too much damage there. And actually not a lot of units here for this counterattack.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he's bringing the drone.
I love this.
Anti-air in his main. The disrespect. That main's going to go down.
Yeah.
Plenty of Queens for defense. They can pop in and out of the Nidus. That's great.
Exactly. The Queens, they popped back to defend the main base, so the mutas are forced back home. Meanwhile, roaches are killing everything at the third base. With these spores as well, like, it's going to be impossible, really, for these mutas to do anything here. Like, this is the best anti-air that Zerg has.
Yeah, and, oh my god, that muta died instantly. Just in case you guys are wondering how much damage these Queens do to the mutas. Oh my gosh, now everything's slow marching down the ramp. And slow march isn't that bad, because now they get a lot of less surface area from the Lings. Trying to attack that with his workers now. And I think Uply has done game-ending damage here.
Oh god, yeah, like we have, even though the spore isn't borrowed, like there are still so many queens. The transfusers are on point. There are no more transfusers left, so maybe the mutas can clean up.
Maybe the Lings can help this clean up.
Yeah. So Vivid, he's gonna hold on.
Where is he?
Yeah, right. Like at what cost? You know, the main went down.
What is he doing? He didn't kill the third. Why would you not kill the third?
Yeah, he's like, you know what? I'm gonna let you have the third. I'm just gonna go in and kill your workers.
Pop a Nidus in the back of the mineral line there. Is he going up for like the that thing, spawning pool?
Yeah, he's just doing what damage he can. And the third died anyway. Like his rally went here and just finished it off. So Uply, he's just looking so dominant right now. Vivid, he's down to 1 base. Sure, he has a couple of mutas, which is nice and all, but oh boy.
Yeah, I can't believe his mutas are still trying to do damage. I think it's safe to say Uply is going to secure the victory eventually. The Hydra Den is about to finish throwing on 4 defensive spines. Nidus is coming back out in the main, so we can pretty much reinforce the main of Vivid and just make sure he never regains that. Spawning pool is about to bleed out any second now. You might even get a cancel on the main again.
Oh boy, yeah, the main should be going down as long as the army pops out for Uply, and the mutas are so out of position as well. They're gonna have to run all the way back home to defend. I want to, you know, give some credit for Vivid because he did make the series close, but here in this game, like I don't know how you lose the game as Uply in this position, right? Like,
you got to really messed up pretty bad, which I don't think Uply will do. I mean, you're such a lead, double the worker, you got double the mining, you got queens out, you got defense, upgrades are even in pretty much in your favor, and there's really no ground army here. +1 range attack for Uply, only +1 melee for Vivid, so yeah, it's a hard ask to win here for Vivid, but we'll see what Vivid plans. He hasn't given up yet, so who knows? Maybe he actually has a plan.
Yeah, I mean, you know, with mutas, you can continue to harass. I will say, because Uply has so much of his supply in the queens, it's going to take a while to counterattack without Niduses. So maybe if Vivid denies the Niduses for long enough, like, he can get back into this, but it's going to be a long time, you know? He needs, like, 5 minutes. And 5 minutes in StarCraft is forever.
Yeah, exactly. 5 minutes is about 1.5 years.
Oh boy, yeah, and as the game progresses, like more Hydras are on the way for Uply, like he's just getting more anti-air. Doesn't even lose any workers there to the banning one.
Yeah, a little worker split there.
Yeah.
You like walked them around the mineral patch so they split up, but yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing Uply just end this game here. But I think he's gonna try and max out and then go.
Yeah, I think maybe he...
Oh, the Lings are going to get on the Hydra first. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, I mean, the Lings just melt. Like, there's just so much damage here.
Target fire on the muta, though. He did lose a good chunk.
Definitely. Like, again, like, the muta control is good from Vivid. And because Uply wants to fight with his queens, it's going to take a while to march across. Again, I'm surprised he's not throwing down more Niduses. But, yeah, like, Vivid, Uply is giving Vivid a lot of time.
Oh, there goes Nidus. Yeah. Oh my god. That was an interesting GG timing, but nonetheless, that was a good GG.
GG. And as we do get set up for our next series, Yoda, you may want to restart your internet because you're robotic again.